What's going on, everybody? I'm here to kind of tell you about my journey through the Omi Veve app, and this is a good video I feel that can be used for people that are looking at, or if you're interested in Veve and you happen to stumble across this. This is kind of my journey on why I got here, why I'm invested in it, why I believe in it, and all that good stuff. So we'll start off with I got into crypto about 7, 8 months ago, and as I was listening to other cryptos out there, I think the Omi token got brought up, and as I looked into it, they actually had a working app. Downloaded the app, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, who in the world is paying 50, $60 for a Batman? Like, there's no way I'm not buying this. It's digital. It's a picture. I'm sure we've all been there. It's probably what you're thinking, especially if you're new to VV. So I had the app for like a month or two on my phone, and was going through there, deleting stuff, trying to get rid of things. And I was like, I'm going to get back in here. And a lot of those Batmans went from $50 and $60 floor price, where there was tons of them on the app, to, you know, months later, it was several $1,000s, $100 for them. I'm like, what the heck? So as you can tell, I'm a collector. I have been a collector for a very long time, whether it's cards, collectibles, Funkos. Borderlands, one of my favorite games. So, of course, I've got a lot of those collectibles. So I was intrigued at this point. Okay, let's make some money. So as I dove down the rabbit hole there, if you will, I noticed that you couldn't cash out, which, okay, so after doing research, it's coming, it's in the works, and then it got me really thinking that, long term, that with crypto in the 6 months I've been in it, that there's nothing really functioning other than the exchanges themselves and their native tokens. I've never seen it to where a crypto actually has a functioning product, especially on your phone, where you don't have to have your computer there. So I really, really was intrigued at that point. Everything started coming together. The puzzle pieces were there. So as I'm going through, I'm like, man, where could this go? Where's the future? I love collecting. I've been selling a lot of my Funkos that I've had for several years so I can invest in crypto, which has done me pretty well overall. I'm not close to retiring, but I'm getting there in about another 10, 15 years or cycles at this point. Anyway, I'm learning as I'm going. And with selling Funkos and all that, it's a super pain in the butt to ship, deal with eBay fees, which kind of brings me to Veve and the fees, especially with Marvel, where they get their 8% or whatever the crap it is, which is still cheap compared to PayPal and eBay, where they take combined total, I think 13%, unless it's changed. I hadn't shipped anything in a while. I sold majority of my collectibles already. So from that standpoint, even the other Marvels, it's like a super small percentage that Veve gets, which I'm pretty sure going forward that, most people will be getting their 8% or whatnot, because I'm all for it. Because even if you're a flipper, yeah, it probably sucks, but in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be adopting a lot of people to come on the app. And I think for the overall growth and potential of the app, it's going to be wonderful. So with that being said, they're coming out with all kinds of stuff. They've got hundreds of licenses. There's stuff we don't even know about. The Pokemon, which I've never been a Pokemon person, but I know its value and it's there, and that's what I'm all about. So why should you buy Omi? Well, it's the native token of Veve, and eventually you will be able to stake it. And currently, right now, I think the price is like 0.06 or 0.006 at this point. It's stupid cheap. About $1 billion market cap, 1.1. Which that's fine. So if you compare it, let's say it took Ethereum 6 or 7 years to get to where it's at now, and Veve's only been out for a year in the token. In 6 to 7 years, if it gets up to a $400 billion market cap, what is that? With burns and stuff like that, I'm sure it'll be around $1, $1.50. That's just if it stays on par with Ethereum. Now, with that being said, crypto is just now being adopted at a rapid rate. So Ethereum's going to go up. I feel like these coins, ones with good utility, will be going up very, very soon and faster than ever. Of course, there's going to be your bear markets and stuff, but that's in everything. With your, if you're hesitant with buying crypto and all that, you got to think back in the day when the stock market first came out 150 years ago, or whatever it's been. I'm sure it was super volatile as well. So that's kind of where we're at in crypto. So congratulations, you're early if you're still here. So where's my vision in Veve and the Omi token? So as tokens continue to get burned on the app, that's just going to drive the price up. And then if you're staking, that's just more passive income you could potentially have. Well, they've talked about how you can be renting out your NFTs. And right now at this stage, because we're so early, drops are selling out at an extreme quarter of a second rate. They don't even have to pay for advertising. It's got that its own wonderful growth on organic growth on its own. And you really got to think about that. They've done next to no advertising other than your social medias, and it's at where it's at now. They've got Marvel, DC, Givenchy, which I didn't even know who that was. I didn't even know who a lot of these artists are. Alfred Kahn, if you really, really want to know and you're new to this, Alfred Kahn is the man. Cabbage Patch Kids, Ninja Turtles, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I even think he had something to do with Nintendo coming over here. The guy's like in his late 70s, I believe. Anyway, he's still in the game. He's still killing it. He can do whatever he wants. And with that right there in itself, just ought to tell you that this is a solid project. You can't tell me another crypto that's going to be like that at all. That's got that experience with old and new. So he's very open-minded. Sees where this is going. They want to be the Walmart, Amazon of everything. And that's kind of where we're going to get into with this. So where is it going? So eventually I see the Veve right now where you can just take pictures and stuff with it. That's just to give you some kind of utility with it. But in the grand scheme of things, the gamification is coming. They've talked about gamification. It's going to be there. So I remember back when I was a kid, I had these cheap little handheld, playable Sonic the Hedgehog, stuff like that. And it was super cheesy, but I loved them. But with kids nowadays, they all have their own phone. And where you'll be able to point your phone and then fight your friend that's right next to you. And then, we've seen Street Fighter things in the past. And whether or not it's coming, who knows. But I'm pretty sure they got the license. But that just kind of tells you the gamification and what it's worth. And they even had it to where when the DeLoreans first dropped, you could be racing around with it. And they took that off for some reason, which I don't know why. But who knows? But that kind of gives us a glimpse of what's to come. But a lot of people talk about where we're at now, their thoughts on where it could be. But I really want to go into a lot deeper depth that I haven't heard anybody talk about. And that's really what I wanted to break down here. So we all have TVs. Black Friday's coming up. TVs are always selling out. Well, with Veve's really opened my eyes in the crypto world, and where they're going is TVs are going to be no more. You're going to be putting glasses on. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it just makes sense with everything that's going on. Glasses are going to be everything. Google's working on it. Facebook's working on it. It's the future. There's no doubt about it. And really, you're not even going to have them big lunky TVs all over the walls, getting stolen and stuff like that, which is another reason why I like digital collectibles. And it took me a while to get my head wrapped around that because, and one of the best things that you can tell people that, like, I don't understand NFTs, non-fungible tokens, in case you're new. I don't get it. Like, it's a picture. Like, what the heck? I can take a picture. Well, you own it, okay? That's yours. It's yours. It's on the blockchain. Do what you want with it. Where, in the past, I've had games stolen. I've had DVDs stolen. Well, the best way to sell NFT for me in the past is I asked people, I said, when was the last time you bought a DVD? I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Why? Because you got Netflix. You got Hulu. All this digital stuff. When was the last time you bought a CD, a DVD, music, whatever? I don't know. Well, that's because it's digital. Well, guess what? That's where collectibles are. As much as I do like the physical, I definitely understand how awesome it is that we can add this gamification. And I remember in the past that there was going to be hologram TVs, and I don't know. It's still something that probably could come. But I feel like with glasses, that's going to be your hologram. It's going to be where you can walk around the room, you click your spot where you want your TV, and then if you want, you can really dive in. And you've seen in movies where they grab the screen, open it up, zoom in, and you can get those real extreme details that you don't get to experience right now in TV and stuff like that. And who knows where they're really going to go with it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So with NFT, kind of with the 007 ticket that come out, I've been waiting on that, and I feel like it's going to be a really it's going to be day in, day out, whether people like it, don't like it, whatnot. Where right now you're already going to a concert and you're pulling your phone out and they're scanning your ticket. Okay, that's cool. So could you imagine when they first started that, if it was a NFT where they scanned your ticket, and because you're a 10 season holder of all these tickets, now you get special discounts, you get special perks. And not only that, it's a limited edition where you go to that concert that only holds 30,000 people, and now you own a piece of it. And the best way I explain that to people that don't understand crypto, NFTs, and where it's going is, let's pretend like right now is Woodstock, all right? And Jimi Hendrix is up there. Well, they only sold 10,000 tickets or whatever it is. You have one of 10,000 tickets, NFT, that had Jimi Hendrix. And what they're going to be doing is adding, kind of like what DraftKings is doing, a small video clip associated with that NFT. Well, congratulations. If this was 60 years from now or whatever, however long it's been since dadgum Woodstock, if you had that one of 10,000 ticket of Jimi Hendrix on a little clip, what would that be worth? I think it'd be worth a lot, a whole lot, especially where in the past, where artists, okay, so this is another thing. So like with artists, like the Mona Lisa, they sold it for $50, whatever it was. As it's been passed around and is worth millions and millions and billions or whatever the piss it's worth, like, could you imagine if they did what Marvel's doing right now, where they got their 8%, 7% royalties or what, anything? Their families, generations are set for life. It doesn't matter because it's going to get passed down and passed down and passed down. And like currently we don't have anything like that. And it's all on the blockchain, so it takes a lot of the middleman out, makes it cut dry, any kind of court cases and stuff like that. So that's also why crypto and blockchain technology is amazing, because it takes all the guesswork out. You can't argue it, can't dispute it. So that's another reason why it's very important you understand the potential behind NFTs. Yeah, it's just a picture, but look at all this utility it has. And I'm 100% invested in Veve. Majority of my holdings is in Veve, I should say. I see where it's going. I like what it's doing. And then once they start getting, I could see them doing something eventually with Netflix potentially, where they sell maybe Netflix's first 1,500 super limited edition, like 007, where like we're selling these for whatever X amount of dollars, $100. It doesn't matter. And then we'll do a royalty thing on it where we get 10%, 50%, whatever they want to do. But as long as you hold that ticket, you get Netflix for life. Your kids get Netflix for life. So it's like super rare, super valuable. And then when people come, want to sell, make some money, they'll sell it off. They ain't got to worry about their $10 a month or whatever. And I can see where eventually NFTs, Omi will be included with, movies and stuff like that, where you hold that limited ticket. So that's also another reason why NFTs are very important. They're definitely the future. You got to open your mind up to that. So where I see Veve going and its potential licenses. Sorry, I'm rambling because my brain's just going 5,000 miles an hour, because I've been telling so many people about this, getting people at work involved, getting the app. And, on top of that, my parents are even involved. Like they're every drop just hammering away at it, calling me, letting me know if they got anything or not. So it's even got my parents involved, which they're in their 70s. That's an accomplishment, because usually older people are fearful of new technology, and that's just truly amazing to me. But where it's going in the world. So physical will always be there. We're always going to go around, even though we're going to be linked into our phones and stuff even more than we are now. But let's say you go to Walmart. Well, let's use like collectibles. So let's go to your local comic shop, your magic shop, whatever. Well, you got your glasses on because everybody's going to be wearing them now. Veve's very eco-friendly, save the world, all that stuff. So think about how much electricity we use, and got an alarm going on. Think about how much electricity we use on everything else, and you're going to be having glasses on. So if you replace, say, Times Square, where all the TVs, all the screens, all that stuff that's lighting up, well, if you take your glasses off, they're not there. But you put them on, and as soon as you do, you see those screens, you see those advertisements, and then now you're at your collectible store. Well, let's pretend that they took some Batman figures and placed outside the store. But only people with the glasses associated with Veve can see it. Now, I'm sure eventually it'll just be everybody can see stuff. But I figure starting off, it's going to be Veve, people that have that app and involved in it and have their glasses on can see those Batman figures. But if you take them off, they're gone because you're looking at it through the app. And people probably at first, because I remember when Bluetooth first come out and people were talking, walking down the road, we thought they were on drugs. But as time went on, you just don't think nothing of it because you figured they're on a Bluetooth. But anyway, back to my point. So you're walking down the street, you got your glasses on, you start seeing Batman figures, you start seeing special advertisements outside that, hey, come in, tell us you've seen our sign outside in NFT form, we'll give you 10% off. That's where I see NFTs going and the advertisement. And on top of that, it doesn't cost them extra electricity to run that. And then if they have the NFT and license, they can just put it outside. Maybe it's something in the agreements with it. So if that makes sense, as you're walking down streets, you can start seeing specific things coming up, special advertisements, which there's going to be that. And I guess that's a good way to segue into the metaverse, VeVeVerse, as they call it. They're going to be having land sales, which you're like, okay, what do I want land in the VeVeVerse? Well, think of that musician, think of that artist. Say you've got land and you score land early, your early adopter, score the land, and now some super celebrity buys land right next to you. Instantly you make your property just skyrockets. And pretend that celebrity is a musician and they want to have their own concerts on the VeVeVerse. Guess what? You got land right next to them. You'll have Netflix, Pepsi, Coke, etc. All those people hitting you up, wanting to put billboards on your land, and then now you can rent that billboard out on your land and you can make passive income. Now, whether or not this is where they go, don't know, but this is truly where I see this going. Now, whether or not it happens in my lifetime, I don't know, but I feel like it's coming sooner than later for sure. So that's kind of like with land and stuff like that. That's where you can really make passive income. You could even take like the hoverboards, have a docking station outside where people can go up, deposit 10 Omi. So that's kind of also where Omi can be involved. You got your bags of Omi, you go up to somebody's land, there's a car you want to rent, there's a hoverboard you want to rent, deposit 10 Omi, 50 Omi, 1 Omi, whatever you want to charge, and it comes with a stipulation you get to rent it for an hour. So that's where I see it going. It's passive income is just going to be unreal in this, and right now I'm trying to stack as much Omi up as I can. And if I had it my way, I would get rid of all this stuff right here, right now, for a decent price, just so I could buy more Omi, because I know in 5-10 years, I can buy all this for a whole lot cheaper than what I paid for it right now. So that's my idea on land in the Veve world. Super compressed version of it. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm already at 18 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like where I'm seeing Omi right now. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't do this stuff, but I talk to so many people about Veve and just want to bring awareness and kind of my thought process. And I know whenever I bring up my ideas about it, people's eyes light up and then they're hooked, they're involved. I've probably gotten 15 people on the app so far. They're loving it. They're making money, always letting me know what's going on, what they get, what they miss, how we're doing. So Veve's really brought me closer to my friends, my family. It's insane. And if they get anything like Facebook or social media really meshed in with it, which I'm pretty sure they are, it's over, because you're just going to have your NFT as your profile. You'll be able to gift people, which you can already send that stuff, but they'll make it to where it's real fun and universal in every kind of way that they can come up with. The team is super strong. They're super passionate about it. They don't even have to do this for money. They're already doing good. This project's just amazing. There's so much out there. It's my dog Choochie, if you've seen his tail. And yeah, I'm going to pause it right here. Another thing, I had to stop and think for a second because I couldn't remember. I know there was more I want to talk about. So Halloween's coming up, and this is where I see Veve augmented reality really exploding. So Halloween, you go to haunted houses, you've got all your props and stuff set up, and if they're mechanical, you know, they wear out and get messed up, and I'm sure they're made cheap, but they cost a ton of money to make. So what you can do right now in Veve is, like, pretend you've got a field, whatever, 100 by 100, nothing out there, it's all flat, and you make your own haunted house. So you buy a building, you buy bookshelves, you buy candles, you buy spiders, you buy spider webs, you buy horror pops that pop up, and as you're walking through your field, as you got your glasses on, you're looking around, and all of a sudden you've got walkways that you can go down, but stuff pops up and gets you and scares you and startles you. So as you round corners, there's stuff you can see in the distance. It's horror field. And I can really see where traditional old school haunted houses are going to be a thing of the past, as hard as that is to believe, because Veve will be selling props, accessories, ooze stuff that comes down. And if they really go 4D where they implement smells and stuff, which I've never heard that, but I could see where eventually they could do that with their augmented reality glasses, where somehow there's some kind of smell attachment, who knows, goes on your neck or whatnot. And as you're walking through your haunted house, you get this death smell, this horrible smell, this rotting smell. Whatever they want to throw in there would be just unreal. But then that goes back to renting your NFTs out. So if you buy these props, these certain things that pop up and do all this, hold on. So yeah, that's where you can rent out your stuff, whether it's your props, your ooze, all that good stuff. But that's where I see NFTs going. That's where renting comes out, and they always talk about, you know, that they're going to burn their supply when that happens. And yeah, they've got 750 billion supply or whatever the crap it is, and they've been burning it. And I'm kind of, you know, with the vision and the vision they have and the vision that I have, I wonder what happens when they burn it all, because I just see this being such a huge potential in this app, and having Omi and making money and the burns and where it's going and how much they burn at a rapid rate now. You know, they said they had a 50-year supply, but if they keep going at the pace they're going, I don't know. There's got to be a point when you hit a limit and you say, okay, well, we can't burn no more because we got to have some kind of supply. So, yeah. But anyway, this was some ramblings of my thoughts. If you ever want to hear more, let me know. Put it in the comments, like. I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber. Thought about doing it. Just never have. So anyway, if you like what you heard, let me know, please, for the love of God, because I don't think I'm crazy. Maybe you have the same thoughts as me. Tell me what you think. What do you want to see? What's going to come up next? What did I not talk about that you thought about? And we could have that discussion. But until next time, we'll holla.